Shut up and sit down.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Rebel Trading Group Podcast, episode 20. Today's date is May 30th, 2018. It's Wednesday again, my dudes.
Wednesday.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Who am I?
You are. I am Nathan Oliphant, as always. And with me, as always, is the gluten-free Jason Bessing.
The gluten-free Jason Bessing. What is going on, Nathan?
I'm good.
Nathan.
Good. I had a swell day on the market.
Did you have a good day today?
Today was a great day.
It was a great day. You played that Dow, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, the Dow gained over 300 points today.
Slapped its
charging
butt.
Charging up 306 points. NASDAQ gaining 65. S&P gaining 34. Strong day today. Strong day. Yesterday we had a small pullback. Are you ready for the coin? 7,339. We are still hovering at these lows.
Dude,
for the
it's down
past
30% from in March.
30% from March. So yeah, it's getting interesting, but
so down day yesterday.
I'm trying to see what day was this. This looks to be around May 5th or so. She was at almost 10 grand. Hit 10 grand on May 4th. And where are we today? We're down 25% plus than that. About 27%, 28% from that. So, I don't know, man. Are you about this? Are you about the Bitcoin? Are you about the crypto space right now? Are you long, you short, or are you hold?
I mean, technically speaking, do you buy on like 30% dips on assets that you believe in?
You should. If you believe in the asset, absolutely.
That's like a huge dip.
If you love it at 10,000, then you're gonna love it at 7,000.
And maybe that's like the sell highs, right? Sell lows right now, or sell buy and sells. I want to say buy low, sell highs.
Buy low, sell high.
Yeah, the wrong way to invest.
If you're shorting.
There you go.
No, wait. Still selling high and buying low. It's just doing it in reverse order. Interesting. Anyway, so yeah, market was strong today. Regained Tuesday's losses, and investors walked back to their bearish reaction to Italy's ongoing political crisis. We're going to come up about that. We are going to bring that up. S&P 500 both gaining about 1.3%. Small caps, Russell 2000. We don't really talk about that because it's an arbitrary, to me, in my personal opinion, in my investing style, the Russell 2000 is a very arbitrary index because I prefer large cap and maybe even some mid cap stocks. But the Russell 2000 is a small cap index, and it has hit record highs this week, which is interesting. So it's not something I watch. Small caps aren't for me. I don't like to play that game. I like to play the stuff that's already there. Buy into the businesses I know, the ones that are strong, the ones that are big, make money off of them. Don't worry about who's going to make it, who's going to break it. But yeah, just wanted to kind of bring that up. But that flows us right into market news with Nate.
All right, first on the list, let's talk about North Korea backing out. Going back in, that kind of shook up the market a little bit last week.
So they wanted to come back into the summit.
Yeah, I think there was just like a big I pulled the trigger too fast on that tweet. Maybe I was just writing it out to you write out shit to see how it sounds, and then it accidentally posts like oh shit, it actually went out.
You see how it reads.
Yeah, and then oops. No,
I think it's all just stunt to be like, yeah, I'll do it, but I'm not happy about it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That way he maintains the upper hand. I don't know. I really don't give a shit.
They reportedly destroyed some missile silos, but the only reporters that were allowed there were internal North Korean reporters.
So there's no proof that
they actually blew up their missiles? Yeah, I mean...
It's a joke, man.
Kim
what
Jong
else is
is
going?
a joke.
What else is going on?
Italy's going on, man. They're like going through like a Britain crisis right now
they're going through
political independence.
I don't know what's going on. All I know is that they had the elections and they're trying to like install a new government.
Well, they're thinking of that's not really good for like they're trying to leave the euro, right? The European Union.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because the European Union countries use the euro, and they want to break free from that.
Great. That sounds fantastic. But that's like it brings a lot of uncertainty to the market. Like we just like don't know. Like it's a new government. It could like possibly fail.
It's a new government. It's a new form of government, and that's causing uncertainty in their debt markets. So Italian bonds.
They were sold at auction yesterday, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah, but think of the ones that are already like owned. Like, your old government sold those. Are they still good? Are they going to be able to pay those? Are they going to get away with them? So it's causing a shakeup there, and of course that affects us. We have to react to that. Of course, we have to change our Coca-Cola position because of Italy. So it's crazy how that shit works, man. It's fucking stupid, but it's mostly because of the EU, and I don't know exactly what they want to leave the EU about. It's probably very
well. Okay, think about it like this. Think about it like this. You got like you're on a team, all right, and it could be like a work team. It could be like a sports team. You could take work team for example, so kind of like more relate to people. Maybe sports team. Well, I don't know. It depends on who you are. Think of it as like a work team. If you're doing like a bunch of hard work, and another guy's not, it's not really like fair,
So you're saying Italy is doing more work?
Well, like I'm talking about like what about like Greece and like bankrupt? They go like bankrupt, but they're still attached to the euro, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they like bail them out.
Fucking countries like Zimbabwe. I had that Zimbabwe $100 trillion bill. They're backed by the euro.
Zimbabwe.
Like other failing or not so like producing countries, like they're not pulling weight. I don't know. I feel like there's some laggers in the euro. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Some laggers in the euro. Well, because the currency is based on the strength of the economy. So that's one thing that gives the currency its value. That's why the U.S. dollar will always be stronger than the Mexican peso.
What is the GDP of the European Union?
If I had to guess, it's not as big as America. Are you getting that answer? Is that what we're waiting so early for?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, while you're getting,
it's $1 trillion less than us.
Think about that. An entire continent, United States.
With multiple countries.
Multiple countries. Well, that's the problem. I mean, like, what does Luxembourg do? They don't do dick. They probably just sit there and they tax, like, the 300 people that live there. That's probably it.
300 people that live there.
I don't know. Like, how many people live in Luxembourg? Give me that. I guarantee you it's under 10 grand.
Under 10 grand?
Am I like way off?
Yeah. It's almost 600,000.
Okay.
Probably 600,000 now.
Yeah. Fuck them. Who the hell is from Luxembourg?
There's probably like a couple famous people.
Famous Luxembourgians.
Going.
It's just a Google search.
Luxembourgers. That's what they call them.
Luxembourgers.
Desiree Nosebush.
Oh yeah, Desiree Nosebush. Yeah.
I'm sure I said that wrong. Jacques Center. Andy Schleck. He looks like a biker. Robert Schumann.
No idea, man. So is anything else going on exciting? We're still on market news with Nathan. This is still your shit.
Luxembourg. I think that's it, man.
Luxembourg with Nate.
And then that, just keep your eye on
Awesome.
Trump.
Awesome. Yeah, it's just kind of.
There's a couple of reports coming out tomorrow. What is one that was coming out? God damn, I can't remember.
You're looking for like
jobs.
market.
Yeah, it was jobs reports are coming out for April.
Tomorrow. Hold on, let me see this date.
I think that's right.
What's the date? Where's the dates for this? Hold on. Oh yeah, well the 30th. The Fed's beige book. Fed met today. Well, I think they're meeting right now.
They're gonna speak tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. Tech earnings. Okay, dividend getting calendar. I'm trying to look to see. Oh, I got to click on tomorrow's day though if I want to see tomorrow's stuff. We got personal income reports. We have personal spending reports, and we have PCE prices.
PCE. What does that stand for?
PCE is
Rebel Trading Group. Catch us here.
What the? Personal consumption expenditures. I've never heard of that one. PCE. I've heard of like the PCI and the consumer price CPI. I never heard of personal consumption. It's defined as personal consumption expenditures excluding food and energy prices. Measures the prices paid by consumers for goods and services without the volatility caused by movement in food and energy prices to reveal underlying inflation trends. It's just another way to fucking track something. Sounds arbitrary. Just like that Russell 2000 that's at record highs.
You know where I see Russell 2000 the most at?
Where do you see it?
In like mutual funds.
Well, because it's
kind of like retirement funds.
That's kind of what it is. Like
you're investing in small business.
It has a great place in a portfolio that's like built for retirement because those portfolios will be like 10% bonds and 30% international and 50% domestic and 20% growth, which would be your small caps. That's how they're all diversified, kind of. And, some are different than others. Like some might be heavier weighted here and some might have this and some might have that. Like I looked at my sister. She's pretty heavy international, which isn't necessarily bad. There's a lot of growth out there. There's a lot of people who firmly believe that the international markets are much more better value than the American markets. I don't have the tools or capability or knowledge or desire to trade overseas, so I just kind of ignore that. But I feel like people who own the Russell 2000 are the set it and forgetters who are like just kind of building an IRA. I don't know who's day trading a triple leveraged Russell 2000.
I think that's a terrible idea.
Like, who's watching the market and saying Russell's going to pop today?
I just wouldn't gamble on it. I wouldn't gamble like a call or any. I wouldn't even touch options near the Russell funds. No,
it's just weird. I don't know. What's the symbol on that? IWM.
I don't know.
Well, anyway,
it's a cool way to like really diversify your portfolio.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing. By no means is it bad. It's not for me though.
It's 2,000 companies, right?
It's not for a trade.
Or is it more than 2,000?
I think the Russell Index has 3,000 companies, and the Russell 2000 is the bottom 2,000 of those 3,000. Because there's also the Russell 1000.
Is that the top?
And that's the top 1,000 of the three. Russell 1. Hold on, let me double check that because I don't want to give you the wrong. Yeah, it's highest ranking 1,000 stocks in the Russell 3000 index. Okay, yeah, so I'm right. So the Russell 1000 is just a little bit bigger than the S&P. But the Russell 3000. Now, the Russell 3000 is basically the entire market.
Okay.
Capitalization weighted stock of 3,000 largest publicly held companies.
That's so weird.
Like, just fuck a strategy. Just give me everything. Buy it all.
Do you believe in economics?
Economics.
Buy Russell.
Do you like capitalism? Funny enough, Nate, we don't really have a topic for the day. We're gonna kind of just freeball it, and I
got something for you if you want me to lead off.
Well, before you lead off, I kind of like the idea of not really having a topic because we're kind of wrapping up the end of the month here.
Oh,
and we've already discussed a lot of things that have been going on. So I kind of want to do like a recap. So let's start over at cryptos. Okay. Cryptos got wrecked.
I mean,
like they've been on that complete 25% downtrend since the beginning of the month.
Are you on Robinhood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm also on GDAX is where I'm looking at this.
I'm pulling it up now. Okay. It's beautiful. Okay.
Now, do you believe that there's any is there any rhyme or reason or logic to this, or do you just think that the hype is gone?
Okay, I got like a metaphor for what I feel. Okay, so people are calling for like Bitcoin 50,000 by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there's people calling $1 million. There's people calling $5.
Okay, I got a feeling, and this is just like a crazy idea. Like Bitcoin's got this like catapult effect. It's got all these like buy orders like really low, and like it like gets like really heavy, and then like when it hits, it fucking just shoots up.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like it's gonna get like a huge like catapult. It's gonna like dip to like 5,000, and then it's gonna like go to like 7.
Like
if
if one person just comes in to buy like 1,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And it'll just push it to like 12,000-13,000.
Yeah. And then 50,000 just seems outrageous.
You know what's really wild to me? I was kind of approaching this like a stock one time. I was like, okay, so there's 21 million Bitcoin. That's it. It's not gonna be any more. It's not gonna be any less. Think of a company the same way with 21 million shares. That's not a lot of shares because there's companies that have 10, 15 billion shares. Hundreds of billions of shares because they've split and split and split and split and split. So I feel like 21 million in over the entire world is not a lot.
Do you think they'll issue more?
So accumulating several thousand at one point at any given time will absolutely push that price.
I wonder how much. I can find out how much Bitcoin's actually out right now.
What do you mean?
Like, you know how you said there's only going to be 21 million?
Yeah.
There's not 21 million right now.
Yeah, they're like slowly releasing it, right?
There's 17 million right now.
Yeah. That's interesting. I don't get that. So is it like a slow release process? Where's this coming from? Is it being made during these transactions?
I don't know, man. Maybe that's what happens. If you know, email us at.
I was just about to say, if you know the answer and would like to have your question aired on the show. No, but for real, yeah. If anyone knows more about this, honestly, I would love to have them on the show.
Phone you in.
Talk to them and kind of fill us in on like the nitty gritty how it works of crypto. I feel like some of our 9 people would appreciate that.
9 people.
9
Shout
people.
out. Shout out to you, 9.
But then on top of that, other than cryptos, the market was, for the most part, pretty sideways. We had a lot of up days. We had a lot of down days. The Dow had that like 8-day streak, and then it gave up in like 2 days.
God, it just gave it all back. I hope it's just a little blip.
Gave it all back. But some things are shooting out of this. Just look at Apple. We had Warren come out this month and say
Warren Buffett's buying more.
We got WB's coming out and saying that he's just buying Apple altogether.
He's buying Apple and pissing on Bitcoin. He's eating Apple and shitting Bitcoin. Warren Buffett.
You know that little bite thing that comes out of Apple?
Yeah.
The logo?
Warren Buffett.
Yeah, like a bite. And then other than that, I feel like even though earnings have been coming out and they've been pretty good for the most part, nothing incredible, everything's been news driven, which is odd. More people are paying attention to the headlines. So I feel like that means that there's more trading going on these days than there's investing, and that's kind of what's causing this volatility. That's my own personal opinion. It's open for discussion, but
do you like that? Do you like that there's more volatility?
I do like that there's volatility,
why do you like that?
If you're an options trader,
it
puts the premiums in better position to take for you. If you're in a time of uncertainty, I feel like that's better than like the times of the slow calm and you don't know like, well, it's gonna go up. I just don't know when. Here it's like, okay, it's gonna pop and it's gonna be this week or it's gonna be sometime this month.
You'd like it to be this month.
Oh yeah,
There's
absolutely.
fucking 5 straight weeks in fucking March that the Dow Jones went down.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that insane? It's a whole month.
5 straight weeks. But I mean, there were up days during. There was up days during that. That's the funniest thing. People don't realize. Oh, the Dow Jones just sank for 5 straight weeks. No, there was up days during there, and that there was the volatility. That sideways movement during that trickle down. There was tons of money to be made off of trading, left, right, left, right, left, right. I feel like last year and maybe even the year before, 16 or 17, those were like swing traders years. People who buy and sell every 5-7% gain. Dude, that was easy back then. Now you're looking to get 2-3% and then it's popping back down. And that seems to be on just about any type of security out there. Dow, S&P, NASDAQ will have a nice run up and then drop. And then we'll drop and then we'll drop some more. And then we'll pop up for a little bit. We'll lock in some gains and then she's down. So weird month, sideways, but at the same time it wasn't sideways.
Are you looking at the Dow right now?
No, I'm still watching Bitcoin, this order book. Why is that?
I was just looking. I'm going to look at the Dow.
The DIA. The good old diamond.
The
good old diamond. I mean, the month's not over. We still have plenty of time, but I'm looking at that month chart. She is up a little bit.
Up a percent. From that 3 month, baby.
3 months. 3 months.
Time to buy, baby.
3 months is looking strong. She seems to be.
Yeah, it is, dude.
I don't know. The close today, she seems to kind of be in that range, that area of supply where she doesn't want to just kind of break out of.
Give it a little time. Give
us time. Oh,
give it a little time.
Donnie T is gonna give her the old give her the old tweet.
Everything is free.
So yeah, I just wanted to wrap up the month with that. I feel like that's just about it. Cryptos took a shit.
Do you have any favorites? Do you have any favorite things about the month?
About this month?
Yeah, what happened? I'm gonna go to my history.
I still think it's a trader's paradise right now.
Did you have any trades that you remember?
Memorable trades? Oh yeah, I was strangling the Dow and the NASDAQ because of these huge swings of volatility. I would buy both a call and a put, and one day I would profit, get out of the call, and then my put would be almost worthless. So I would hold on to it, and then the next day, maybe 2 days later, we dropped 200-300 points. Got out of the put option. So win on the upside, win on the downside. It was too easy, I feel like. I like it.
You know what I liked about May, or what I remember about May?
You got to be a trader in this environment, though.
You know what I remember about May?
I don't remember about May.
You know what I remember about May? It was really memorable. Was 5% increments on call options in Robinhood. God, that is one of the most annoying things I've ever heard of.
The 5 cent. That's not just Robinhood. I've had that on E-Trade. It depends on the type of security. I think it goes by the volume of the security. Like higher volume securities, like your UDAO, DIA, trade, and also I think the expiration date, whether it's weekly or monthly. I can't remember specifically which one it is, but there are certain factors that say if this, and this, then it trades in 5 cent increments. I've seen 10 cent increments.
Yeah, UDAO trades at 10 cent increments for its options. I'm okay with that. I don't know. Especially since UDAO moves so quickly.
Yeah, but when you buy something at 25, okay, that's probably a bad example. If you bought in and it was like 22 and you want out at 27, okay, well 27 is good, but 25 you're like, that's not enough. Then 30 you're like, oh, I don't want to miss it. You want to be able to put in that exact price, and having that little set limit really holds you back.
Yeah.
But for the people who don't understand, when you go to trade an option and you're putting in the premium price, sometimes, depending on certain things, you can only put that price in increments of a nickel. So if you want to buy something, you have to buy something at $1.05 or $1.10. You can't put it in for like $1.12 or $1.46. It has to be on 5-cent increments. And that can hold you back because you can miss exact price movement that you want.
You got to be careful with that shit too, because like if it's like at a price that seems like reasonable, like $3 or I'm sorry, let's just like 50 cents, that's a 5-cent increment, and you might not know that. So sometimes like I'll test it. Like I'll do like a weird, like an odd number, like if it was 50, I would do 51, and then click review, and then it would like tell me you have to trade this in 5-cent increments. And I'm like, okay, I probably won't do this because it's harder to get out of.
Mm-hmm. That's a good way to look at it. Like, are you going to be able to get out exactly what you want when you want it?
The option, like the price of the premium will like rise, like it'll rise like $3. It'll have like a dirty price. Someone will buy like a lot of contracts or something, I guess, and it'll just give it like a dirty price and like give it like a 3-cent value more, or minus or less. Or minus or plus.
Catch a little slippage, they call it.
Yeah.
You hit that market at 25, and then it gives you 27.30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, that is weird. Did you just learn about that in May?
I didn't learn about that in May. I knew that was a thing in stocks, but like it wasn't such like a dire thing or more immediate situation. Or immediate strategy, I guess that options have. You know, it's more of like a trading strategy than an investment strategy. What's the stock that trades in BKMU, Bank Mutual, when they used to be traded, when they used to be listed? They traded in 5-cent increments. I remember that. That was not a bad investment. They paid a little bit of dividends, had a little bit of growth.
I liked that one because I liked banks, and then I remember I went into the numbers one time. Because we would trade it because she traded pretty well and she was cheap and she had like a 2.5% dividend, so she was all right. But when I really went into the numbers, I remember that she was I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
But she's not around anymore. I think she must have got bought out.
It's delisted. Yeah, I think she did get bought out.
Doesn't surprise me. Banks do that. Smaller banks get sucked up by the bigger banks.
But like
Weird.
option, like you invest that, like you'll let that sit for a little bit, right? But like an option, like you'll be like, I could trade an option in a day. If I can flip an option in a day, I'm happy.
Oh yeah.
But like an investment, it'll take like a little bit. So like I feel like I need to be watching. If I need to get out of the option, I can't get out of this option that's like halfway between 25 cents and 30 cents at freaking 28 cents, you know?
Yeah, you don't want to sell and get the low end, but you also don't want to sit there and wait for that 30 cents that might not come. I'm sure you can vouch for it too. You try to get out of something and it's just a few cents away and it never hits.
It's annoying, man.
I've had that happen on options where it's like, dude, literally I just need a couple more dollars and I'm there. I need another 0.1% move. I need 7 more cents. Never hits. Option expires, worthless. I've been there.
There's times where I've been like watching and I'm like, fuck it, I'm just market buying.
Yeah. And I hate doing that because I know like
I'm gonna drop. You're gonna get
I'm being impatient when I do that. I know if I wasn't watching it and the price didn't hit, I wouldn't be mad. But I know that I'm watching it and the price might not hit.
Yeah, it's your fault because you're watching it.
Yeah, it's your I know that my emotions got the best of me at that point, and that's why I love my limits and the stop loss and the limits. You can put in that exact price and take it out of your mind. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, no.
What was the call I did? And it freaking like tanked in the morning. I forgot what it was. It tanked in the morning, and I sold it like on market open. It was like a stupid idea.
To me that you were just getting railed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot what that was. But yeah, that was recently.
I was like, fuck it. I'm down $50 for the day. Fuck it.
Just get me out.
Yeah. It's like before I lose more, let me just sell here.
Yeah, and I'm sure it came back too.
It did, yeah. It did on the day, yeah.
You panicked out, and someone else made all your money.
Fucking sell!
Beautiful. So,
I got a question for you.
Go for it, man.
How do you feel about like this investment strategy? I'm talking about like not buying what are they called? Not buying Apple, but buying the microchips that make Apple.
The suppliers.
Yeah. Indicators. Like
it's a good way.
Like if more people are buying, this is what I'm saying. If more people are buying microchips, then that means Apple's going to be doing well, right?
Mm-hmm.
It means the phone companies are going to be doing well, or it means the
you also got to know, like,
processors companies are doing well.
You'd also want to know, though, okay, just because they sell something to Apple, how much are they actually getting? Are they supplying like a very small thing? Is that like 30% of the business? Is it 80% of the business? What happens in 2 years if Apple decides that they're going to go with NVIDIA as a chip maker and Micron is cut to dry? Or Qualcomm, they say, hey, you know what? Fuck you, Qualcomm. We're going to build our own cell tower thing.
What about this? Do you think? What about other like indicators in stocks, like for example, Alcoa or American Steel or whatever, whoever the first stock is that does earnings.
Alcoa, AA, ticker symbol. I'm gonna pull her up.
And that didn't you say like one time like that usually dictates how the market's gonna go?
Usually the market watches it.
If people are buying steel, that must mean the economy's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about like indicators in stocks, and then like?
I like it, but okay. So the way that so you mean like when you find something that has like a direct relation?
Yeah.
So like when
that
like yesterday the Dow went down, but the Treasury went up.
Yeah.
Like how the Dow went down and the Treasury went up.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like when you find those things because. So for example, there's some of the obvious ones that are out there. Obviously, when the market goes down, gold tends, not always, but tends to go up.
It's weird.
It's not always a direct relation because, remember the rest of the world's buying gold and they're not comparing it just to the U.S. market. In the United States, we're comparing it just to the U.S. market. But people in China, they're comparing it to the Chinese market and the Chinese yuan. So just because our market goes down doesn't mean gold goes up. But 9 times out of 10, it's exactly what happens. Same with the Treasury. If the Treasury is dipping down, it's because the market's going up. And the thinking behind that is more people are going to put their money where it's going to make more money. So if the Dow rallies up 300-400 points and the Treasury dips a little bit, well, money came out of Treasuries and got put into the stock market because people are ready to get a juicier yield.
All right, so how many more indicators do we have? I know there's housing. There's
so
jobs.
Like economic indicators.
Yeah, these are economic.
Yeah, there's so many of them. There's like the consumer.
What are the important ones? Because I know like we're not really worried about like fucking livestock reports. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we're not as investors we are, but as Americans and citizens we're not. Even as equities traders, I don't care about livestock reports or the orange juice crop report.
But if you're a commodities trader,
that's exactly that's what you live off of. Like there is no movement without those reports. But we're digressing just a little bit. But some of the other ones are the producer and consumer price index, how much we're paying for products. There is housing.
That's my favorite.
New housing starts. If more people are buying houses, that definitely sparks the economy. Because not only are they buying houses and putting tens and actually hundreds and if not hundreds of thousands and if not millions of dollars into work for the U.S. economy. So they're also buying new furniture, which is made of wood. So the wood industry is getting there. They're getting new paint, so that comes from plastic and chemicals. They're paying labor, so utilities. There's new land ownership. They're expanding, so there's new construction companies. Like it sparks and breeds growth.
So the Fed, they'll look at.
It's a good economic indicator.
The Fed will look at interest rates or and then or housing reports, and they'll gauge that on inflation. They'll kind of use that as a tool for inflation. Do we need to raise? Are they spending more? Well, that's more likely of inflation, so we'll raise interest rates.
Mm-hmm. And the purpose of that would be to kind of reduce the chance, quote unquote, reduce the chance of a bubble. Yeah. If tons of people are just spending money buying real estate left and right, you're going to get 2007 all over again. It's going to crash.
Yep.
But if they realize, hey, everyone's buying houses, maybe we need to start to make it a little bit harder to buy houses, or a little bit more pricier to buy houses, that will slow down that economy and kind of make sure that bubble doesn't build.
Yeah. But like, once you own the house, don't you want interest rates to rise? Because if you get it at a fixed rate, that means you're getting it at a discount at that point.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, once you're in, yeah, it depends. And if someone's looking to buy a house in the next 3 years, like you need to do it now, or you're gonna have to wait it out. I've come to the realization that maybe about 5 years or so, 5-6 years, I'll start to look at getting a house. But in the meantime, I'm either going to stay kaput, or I'm going to look to rent, because rates are going up, and I think that's going to cause a very minor recession. Nothing crazy. We're not going to have the financial crisis with gas at like $4.50 a gallon. That's not going to happen. But we're going to see. There's going to be some more defaults coming up, and some more.
Don't pay your student loans.
Yeah, no. Hey, if everyone didn't pay them, they're going to go away. If nobody pays them, they're going to go away. Yeah, I love it.
You're going to fuck your credit.
Fuck it. Whatever. Credit's just a number.
What did Dylan say or shout out to Dylan. Dylan said that like you can't default on your student loans or something.
Yeah. So if you don't pay them, they're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, short. What's that company?
Navient, Navient.
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 Just go buy a bunch of Navient.
I like those because one thing I tell you that I like about those is because it brings a new sentiment about the trading day, and a lot of people will react to those numbers, and that will cause major fluctuations in the market. But at the same time, you'll see. This has exactly happened to me. Okay, something along the lines of payroll reports came out, non-farm payrolls, and they were up like it was supposed to be like 280,000 people unemployed, and only like 210,000 people were unemployed. Something like that. Housing starts increased, and then GDP was up. Instead of being at like 2.2, it was at like 2.4. So it was like everything was supposed to be like, oh, great, man. I think the Dow's going to rocket. We just sold off all day. No reason. And nobody talked about it, and I didn't. So I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, I literally remember looking. I was like, I might buy some UDAO today. And nothing happened, bro. Like, nothing exciting. I was going to catch some momentum, and it was a shitty, boring sideways day. Everything sold off in the morning and then kind of just traded off. So people will react to those reports and those economic indicators and those inverse relations and relationships between two bits of information, but they don't always pan out the way that they are supposed to. Oh, there's unemployment numbers are down. Okay, good. Economy's doing better. Market should go up. Well, it didn't. Or financial should do better because more people are getting.
I've been seeing now hiring signs all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
People are freaking hiring. They have more money to spend on associates.
I feel like they're for like lower labor, or they're higher labor, lower skill jobs though. I don't see them hiring financial advisors or
higher labor. Okay, so lower labor jobs are still tickers on the stock market.
Yeah.
Ticker symbol MCD still freaking has a stock.
Look at that turnover rate, baby. Here's a question for you. I think I might have brought it up to you before, but this one isn't really investment, but it's definitely a good business question. Okay, personally, from my standpoint, I love McDonald's. I love the food. I don't like the service. I don't like going inside. I don't like talking to the people. I just don't like it. I don't like the clientele that it attracts. But at the end of the day, like a good fresh, I know you've had it every now and then, you get like some good hot fresh fries and a good juicy quarter pounder and an ice cold Coke, and it's like just the best fucking thing, right?
Fuck a quarter pounder.
I'm just don't be a I get the chicken nugget. Get the chicken.
Orange.
But so I think, do you think that the problem is that they can't retain the right employees, therefore the turnover rate has such a devastating impact on the business because they cannot keep employees around to want to have the desire to clean the bathroom or have the desire to smile and thank a customer and do this and go above and beyond? Like, because you see it at other places, but McDonald's obviously doesn't have that. You'll get your food when you get your food.
I think that's exactly like how people train is exactly what you're saying. It's like when you go here, this is what you see. You don't like that, do you? You just like the food and get out of there.
Yeah.
Well, what if you like the food and had good service?
That's what I'm thinking. So, like, imagine if you had the Chick-fil-A, not necessarily business model, but like the model of hiring and the people that they go after and that they retain. And that turnover rate, I guarantee you, is fractions of what McDonald's is. And by turnover rate, if y'all don't understand, is how fast they're hiring and then firing, or that person quits. Yeah. So I'm sure Publix has a much better turnover rate than Winn-Dixie does, or a much lower turnover rate than Winn-Dixie.
In general, yes.
So do you think that the one answer to that, it all boils down to being as simple as don't pay them $9 an hour, pay them $15 an hour? Do you think it's that simple?
You think in their mind that they get this I don't get paid enough for this shit mentality?
Exactly. And that causes them to, after 2 weeks, man, fuck this. I'm fucking out of here. I ain't doing this for this broke motherfucker.
I ain't doing this for 10 an hour.
But at the same time, if you had that same person in that same job doing the same stuff, and he said, man, I ain't going to get 16 an hour doing this elsewhere. Do you think it's really that big cut and dry? Because that $7 an hour difference, that's one combo meal. Right? That's one more combo meal you got to sell.
Well, I mean, I think they can afford it, but I
think they absolutely could afford. But at the end of the day, the owner, he looks at the profits and say, "Oh, I could be paying them half of this. I could be making $900 more
for this process." Yeah, they're trying to automate it. That's their solution.
Well, yeah, their solution right now is just fucking get rid of them. You're fine. You don't want a job? Fuck you. We'll build the robot. But do you think that it's that simple? All you would have to do, if we took the one right here on San Jose Boulevard. Yeah. If we just
paid them $15.
You and I took it over and said, you and me, and we said, you know what, we're gonna double everyone's salary today. Do you think that they would like bring in like people who'd want to work hard and, hey, I need the bathrooms clean. Hey, I got you. Hey, can you do this? Hey, can you go mop out here? Can you do this?
I don't know.
Or do you think that they would have like 3 people working the night shift still? Like one drive-through, one cook, one whatever.
Support.
Well, yeah. Do you think, I mean, it's really opinion more so, because I feel like it's not a cut and dry answer unless you go into McDonald's and you open up their labor and business model, maybe even talk to some of the employees. But I feel like it's that simple, though. I work in fast food.
I don't think that raising the price, I just feel like that's entitled. If you're gonna work for a raise, work for the raise. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna be lazy, do you deserve a raise? If you work hard.
What if it's not really a raise though? Like you're not like what if it's we're starting out?
No. I'm pretty sure McDonald's and other companies have potential for growth in associates. They don't just sit with people as associates and let them sit. I don't know. That would piss me off. If that's what McDonald's does, then maybe yeah.
That's what it is though, because remember McDonald's are franchised, so there's people who own it probably never step foot in that bitch. Probably don't even live anywhere near where that McDonald's is, and they have managers that run everything for them, and they just collect their check. So they turn a blind eye to it. They don't give a fuck. Someone else runs it. It's not their problem. They don't live there. They don't give a fuck.
Maybe that's the problem.
I think that's another factor of what it is, too. Because where I work, my owner, he's there every day working alongside of us. He's there in the fryer. He's cleaning dishes. He's running food to customers. He's in the drive-thru. He's helping. And that's what sets the difference.
Is he like an associate of Chick-fil-A?
I've heard very many different things over the years, but I have it boiled down, and I'm pretty sure this is how it works. So each Chick-fil-A has an operator, and that person does not own the store, but they own the business that operates in the store. So basically, they're the CEO of each individual store. So they're in charge of hiring, they're in charge of payroll, they're in charge of marketing, they're in charge of everything for that store. And they hire little directors and associates directors to help manage out all those tasks. And in return, this I do know for a fact, he collects half of all the money.
What the fuck?
And the Chick-fil-A gets half of all the money. And out of that half that the operator collects is where they pay their bills, resupply, their food costs, lights, wages, everything else.
So you got to increase profits.
So today, as of this year, our store is on track and projected to make $7 million. Meaning that our operator will collect $3.5 million. And of that, of course, he's paying the bills. You know, yeah, he's got to pay for everything. Remember, when you buy... So when you open a McDonald's, one of the interesting of the business models is like when you go and you order more cups and you order more French fry boxes, you're buying those from McDonald's, and they collect money on that as well. So when you buy those Chick-fil-A cups, Chick-fil-A is collecting money on those. When you buy the sauces, when you buy this, when you buy that, it all comes back to Chick-fil-A in one way, shape, or form. So you're buying everything from them, but you have their business model. That's it. It's like you get that umbrella of you own Chick-fil-A. We get most of your money. But you get Chick-fil-A.
How much does a Chick-fil-A cost?
I don't think you no, you can't just go buy a Chick-fil-A. You have to be selected by corporate to be an operator.
What?
Yeah, you can't just go buy a Chick-fil-A and then they assign them to you.
Oh, how do you become an operator, for fuck's sake?
You got to work your way up through Chick-fil-A. Like the guy I work for,
they hire from the
literally
inside.
They hire from the inside. He also had a business degree, and he moved around, and he traveled, and he got big with corporate. He worked his way in the store, but along the way did like leadership programs and stuff that Chick-fil-A offers, and eventually made the cut to be operator. There's certain schools and training and shit, but basically you have to work your way up because they don't want people coming in from the outside and just say, here's $1 million. I want to open a Chick-fil-A in Waycross, Georgia.
That's what happens in Publix. Well, there's no one that I can find a truck driver that's been all the way in Publix and find his boss at a desk that was a truck driver before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody's hired from the inside throughout the whole company. And I feel like that gives like a sense of like ownership. And also we give employees stock. So it's technically, if you don't treat your customers good, you're basically cutting a sale. You're cutting money from your stock, your company, your money.
Your employees. I think the employees, and this is something I kind of learned and really took with me when I was in school at UCF for hospitality. If your employees are more important than your customers. Hands down, your employees got to make everything happen, and you need every employee to be you when they're not there.
Well, okay, here's how we think about it, and I guess it's weird. It's different from business to business. It's like everybody's a customer. Everybody that you see is potentially buying something from you, especially at like a fast food or a grocery store or any kind of retail. If you're like in a clothing store, aren't you going to buy stuff from that store?
Yeah.
We had a truck driver the other day. Yeah, we had a truck driver the other day buy a sandwich and a Gatorade at like 3 a.m.
Yeah. And he was just bringing in food on his shift, right?
Yeah, everybody's a customer, and you treat them well, so your business will do well, and they can keep paying you. It's job security.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. If you take care, like, I've worked for different Chick-fil-A's, and at one compared to the other, one I've gotten paid breaks, and I get food, and I get any time off that I want. I can change my schedule at any time. And the other one took an act of Congress to get any of that. We didn't get paid breaks. We didn't even get free food. None of that. And the work ethic is so much different. It's night and fucking day. It's truly like mind-blowing. And where I'm at, there are people who actually give a shit to be there, because we know that the person that we work for is an incredible person, and the business that we work for is great, and we all believe in it, and that's what makes us want to keep going and want to keep clocking in.
I want to keep driving.
I want to keep going. I want to sell all the chicken, Nathan.
Well, I think we've gone pretty far.
I was gonna say it's about 5:45. This is a nice little podcast for not having a topic and just kind of freeballing.
Stocking it up.
Can I just? Oh, bro, that's the title. Just stocking it up.
Make a T-shirt.
Stock it up. I like it, man. So, what are you watching this week?
What am I watching? I don't know, man. You want to go first? I haven't really looked.
I do want to go first.
You know what? I know what. I'm going to go first.
You do this all the time.
I want to go first. I'm sorry. I want to watch, as a long-term cautionary watch, I just want to watch how it reacts. It's a new CEO from JC Penney. Right? CFO? Was that who it was? I don't remember. They got a top exec from JC Penney, which I don't know is like a great idea, man.
I mean, that's just calling in the firefighter when the bitch is already on the ground.
Yeah. What? JC Penney? Are you kidding?
This one says that the CEO went to Lowe's.
Yeah. That's
wow. So he left.
He left JC Penney.
CEO left and went to Lowe's.
Yeah. How
so you're saying you don't know?
How are those JC Penney 100-year bonds looking now?
I don't think JC Penney will go bankrupt. If I got to put money on it, bro,
are you serious?
JC Penney will be listed in 10 years.
You think it's just going to go digital?
It's going to be something. It's going to be very
cryptocurrency JC Penney.
It's going to be something, dude. It's going to be something, but I don't think it's just going to be wiped off the face of the earth. I don't think it's going to go way of the dodo. I really don't.
So yeah,
it's going to have to change. I mean, it's going to need to cater to us. It needs to cater to the consumer better. Like, who the hell wants anything from JC Penney? When are you ever talking to your mom, your wife, your girlfriend? When are you saying, "Hey, I need to run to JC Penney. Do you want anything?" Or, "Oh, I'm going dress shopping. I'm going to JC Penney." Nobody goes to JC Penney for dick. That's the problem. Get some dick, and we'll go there for it.
All right, so ticker symbol, tickle symbol, ticker symbol LOW. I'm going to be watching Lowe's. I'm not buying or selling it, or particularly buying it. I don't have any shares. I'm just gonna watch how it reacts to the new CEO. You're getting the captain of a ship that sunk his ship. And he swam to another ship and says, "Let me drive your boat."
Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable.
Maybe he's got a game plan, or maybe he just sold out, and they're like, "Hey, we'll save you. Come to our great company." That $97 a share, Lowe's.
LOW. I am looking at. It's kind of a cheating one, but I'm gonna go with Berkshire. And here's why I like Berkshire. She's taken, I say a beating, not really a beating. She's fallen, 5-6%-ish? Not like a horrible drop, but I feel like there's some good opportunity for a swing trade on her. She dropped down to below 190 yesterday. She was at 189.87. I always watch B. Anytime I say Berkshire, I'm meaning B.
I always watch A.
Fuck I can't afford that.
Well, it's cool to watch.
Who would want that? If you had $1 million, who the fuck would want that? If I had $10 million, who would want that?
Just buy 4 shares.
You gonna buy 1 share? Really? Anyway, yeah, she was sub 190 yesterday, but now she popped up to 194 today. I still like her under 200. If you're a swing trader, I feel if you can take her from 194 to 200, that's the game plan right there, baby. What's that, a 3% gain? I'll take it. 3% gain, I feel like that could happen end of week. Go for the call, baby. Go for the call!
Are you going for that call? Are you suggesting that call? Are you allowed to suggest that call?
I'm suggesting it.
Oh, God. We're going to get fucking sued.
I don't know if I'm not going to.
We're going to get sued.
Do whatever you want, but I mean, I like that idea. I would go for here's Jason's trade for the end of the week.
Is that what you're doing? You don't have to suggest it.
Berkshire Hathaway 200 call.
I have to look it up now.
Take it all with a grain of salt. Berkshire Hathaway end of week 200 call.
I have to look it up. Hold on. Next week?
This week.
This week 200?
200.
No way.
I would just go for the 200 call, and I would try to just make money off of the movement of the premium. I wouldn't try to go for the full 200. I wouldn't go to the end, to the exercise. You know what I'm saying?
Well, sure. I mean,
but
if you
what's the premium at right now?
I don't know. I can't pull it up on my.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
200 call end of week.
6/1, June 1st.
It's $3.
$3. What? Okay. What's the below? What's the put at?
That's for the 200 call. So you're looking at the put the.
Yeah. Do you like the next?
The one.
Down?
Of the 200?
Is like the one.
Or from where it's at. So do like a 195 put.
Yeah.
It's at 146. So I feel like there's more bearishness than there's bullishness. Berkshire, remember we were talking about things that are tied together? Giggity. Berkshire Hathaway definitely tied to the financials. She has such a huge stake in finance and financial services, especially between her insurance divisions, the insurance divisions that she owns, the bank divisions, Geico, Dairy Queen, all of it. You know they own fucking Dairy Queen. That's why I'm in the stock. It's not for Apple. I'm owning Berkshire for the Dairy Queen.
Does Berkshire Hathaway have like just a huge amount of Dairy Queen stock, or do they just own them?
They own the entire company.
Okay.
I think
awesome.
He ate a dilly bar. He actually said that the dilly bar will be around longer than Bitcoin.
I could believe that.
Fuck him.
I mean,
if Berkshire, as long as Dairy Queen is around forever, then he's right.
You want to make a bet? $200 bet that the dilly bar. Probably won't even be alive for that.
No.
Warren won't even.
We'll make our grandkids settle it.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Like a living, like ongoing.
Yeah, we'll keep it uninflated too. It'll just be like you have to track.
Still gonna be $5. We can't even get that small of money anymore.
It's $5.10. Well, I think that about wraps it up.
All right, man. Yeah, this was a fun one.
Yeah.
I like that we freeballed it. It was going to be a freeballing as the title, but just what was it? Just stocking it up. Stocking it up.
Yeah, just stocking it up. Just stocking it up.
All right, man. Well, happy trading to you. Good luck. We still got the rest of the week. Okay. I feel like it's Friday, I swear, but it's Wednesday, man.
Are we doing a podcast on Friday?
Possibly. I could be down for it. It might be possible.
The shirts are coming out.
Shirts are coming out soon. As soon as we get the 10 subscribers, we'll start selling the shirts. But all right, man.
You guys aren't subscribing, so we're not selling the shirts.
We'll go ahead and tell them where they can email us, and then let's get out of here.
You can email at us. You can send us comments, quotes, corrections, learning devices, tools, tips, anything, memes, funny pictures of stocks, insults. I like the insults that we've got. The insults are my favorite. This one reads, Jason sounds like a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
Wish he didn't. That one's from angryperson@gmail.com. This one says, you both sound homeless. Sincerely, L. Alright.
Okay.
That one's from L@gmail.com. If you want to see us on Facebook, we're on Facebook at facebook.com/Rebel Trading Group. Did I say the email? It was rebeltradinggroup@gmail.com. Also find us on YouTube, where you're seeing this video. Like us, subscribe to us, give us a follow. I don't know, turn on that little bell to know when we post new videos. You know, the usual. I think that about wraps it up, guys.
All right, dog.
Bye.
Well, I had fun, man.